Frito lovers? This is Ben Ramos bringing you this week's mukbang from my palatial home here in the Northwest Bronx. The Bronx is the home of hip hop and salsa. I am exhausted, but I am here bringing you another mukbang this week. I am having some chili con carne, some chili. Now, yes, it has beans, and some of you are gonna say if it has beans, it's not chili. Well, this is Puerto Rican chili. That's right. Puerto Ricans make our own version of chili. And our version of chili has beans. So please do not fill my comments up with your foodie knowledge about if it has habichuelas or frijoles, it's not chili. Yes, it is. Puerto Rican chili has frijoles in it. It has ground beef cooked with beans and served over white rice. Puerto Rican chili. It's got beans. Get over it. My roommate whipped it up. A simple skillet thing. He's having a good day today, so he was cooking. Anytime he cooks, it's because he's got energy, he feels good, and he just made this dinner for us, so. Oh, it's so good. Take a look. Take a look. Puerto Rican chili with beans. You didn't know Puerto Ricans made chili, did you? Yes, we do. You know, we've been affected by all sorts of other Latin American cuisine. So I once showed you guys, I've never been able to show you guys Puerto Rican tacos. We make tacos as well, or what we call un taco. I was at the Cuchifrito place the other day, and when I was buying all the stuff that I bought for the mukbang, I was hoping they had Puerto Rican tacos, but they didn't have. One day. Okay, so I gotta share a bit of a story. It's not a Parque Chronicle. Yo, this park has been dead. Dead. Remember last summer, I had a lot of Parque Chronicles. This park was alive with people, you know, playing music and running around and drama and animals and all that. No. This park has been silent. I'm talking about pin drop silent for weeks now. It's summertime, and I've been like, how come the folks in the neighborhood aren't going out, chilling in the park, you know, playing music and doing their own thing? I have no idea why. So, Frito lovers, el parque está vacío. There's nothing happening in there. It's totally empty. I have no idea why. But I do have something to tell you. Today I was reminded of birth, life, and death all in one afternoon. All in one day, I should say. Went to work, and on my way to work, I ran into a student that I have not seen in ages. I'm talking about, I've been working at the school for 15 years. Last time I saw this kid was when they were in 5th grade about 10 years ago. So 5th grade, let's say they're 10, 11 years old, maybe even close to 12, but probably more like 11. So maybe 10, 11 years. So they're in their early 20s. I have not seen Alyssa in years. Bumped into her with a stroller, and I got to meet Maxine, her little daughter. So it is kind of funny when I come across my students and they're older, former students and they're older, and they're married, or like in this case, having children. Because, you know, I've known some of these kids since they were, well, kids. To me, they'll always be kids, but I mean, she's a grown adult now, but early 20s, young adult. But, you know, when you come across these kids and they have kids, mind-blowing. 22 years old, done with college sweetheart. She was telling me how she had graduated college about a year or two ago, right before the pandemic. So maybe 2 years now. And, you know, she and her boyfriend, right out of college, got pregnant. And, you know, she had to deal with a pregnancy during COVID and all that. The baby is a few months old, but she was pregnant during quarantine and all that. So just bizarre, of birth, being reminded of birth and life, running into a student. It's amazing because, like I said, she was one of those kids that I remember her in kindergarten. I remember her graduating 5th grade. Saw her a few times during middle school, but never really saw her again. And ran into her because she was visiting her mother, who was in the neighborhood, and brought her daughter along, Maxine. Just, wow. Just amazing. Amazing to see these kids with kids. The older they get, the older they make us. And, you know, it's just amazing. So I'm washing it all down in my X-Men cup. Hey, you guys remember my X-Men cups? Oh, my X-Men cups. I'm washing it down with some Sunkist Zero Sugar. Guys, these zero sugar diet drinks that are coming out left and right are so bomb. Oh my God. You guys know I'm already addicted to Coke Zero. I am addicted to the Sunkist Zero. I am addicted to the Canada Dry Zero. I'm addicted to the Dr. Pepper Zero. Is off the chain. Off the chain. Does anyone say that? Let me act like the young is bussin'. It's bussin'. So, ran into a former student and met her daughter. Amazing. Amazing. And then, like I said, today I got reminded of birth, life, and death, unfortunately. That happened kind of on my way to work. I had stepped out right before we started program to go grab something real quick for lunch. Ran into a former participant's parent, the parent of a kid who was in my program just about 5 or 6 years ago. Just so happy to see each other. I love her. It was great to see her. Caught up on work stuff, life stuff. She works in social services as well, so she knows what all of us have been going through. She's kind of a social worker for teens and kids in the middle school type of program. So she and I were catching up. She let me know that her daughter was accepted to Bronx Science High School. Bronx Science High School is one of 9 specialized high schools in New York City. Specialized high schools are high schools where you need to take an entrance exam and you have to do really well. I hate to put it this way, but it's like the 9 really incredible 9 gifted schools in New York City. You take an entrance exam, you get in, you get to go to these amazing schools with all these resources and opportunities. Your boy, 100 years ago when I was in high school, it wasn't 9, it was only 4. Bronx Science, which is the one that her daughter got into, Stuyvesant and Manhattan. LaGuardia, LaGuardia is a school that the School of Fame, fame, I wanna live. That school was loosely based on LaGuardia, where it was a school of visual arts, performing arts, dance, all that, and Brooklyn Tech. Your boy went to Brooklyn Tech. When I took that, I always did well in school. They wanted me to take that entrance exam, and I made it into Brooklyn Tech. So I went to one of the 4 specialized high schools. Now I think it's 9 or 8. Why did I say 9? It might be 8 or 9. Long story short, this beautiful, beautiful former participant is going to one of the best high schools in New York City. You know what? Amazing. 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 so proud of these kids. These kids are extraordinary. Some of these kids are extraordinary. No, I'm sorry. That's horrible of me to say. All of these kids are extraordinary. It's wonderful to see them shine. It's wonderful to see them, you know, thrive and get what they deserve. Which, you know, in the case of this child, she was a brilliant girl, always industrious, intelligent, very focused. For someone her age, very impressively focused, dynamic. So happy to hear that she's going to Bronx Science. 4 years and in an amazing institution that will nurture her, help her focus even more, and just open up so many wonderful opportunities. So proud. You know, ran into mom, had a nice 10, 15-minute talk. That talk had me skipping towards lunch. I was just like so happy to hear. It all happened today. You know, birth, meeting a participant with a baby, meeting her beautiful daughter, life, you know, life moving forward, life moving on, life moving towards something gorgeous and amazing with that participant going to Bronx Science. And unfortunately, death during dismissal. It's kind of funny. It all happened exactly this way. It stuck out in my mind about how in the morning there was birth and in the afternoon there was life and at night there was just a sad thing. I heard from one of the family members of a current participant that a friend of theirs, of their family, their grandmother, whose granddaughter used to come to my program. I found out that the grandma died. And I remember grandma used to come and pick up her daughter. You know, the person picking up one of my current students was like, hey, Mr. Ben, do you remember blah, blah, blah? And I was like, yes, I do. I remember that grandma. And they're like, oh, she passed away. And I was like, oh, how's the participant? Do you know how? And they're like, yeah, you know, they're all mourning. Birth, life, and death, all in one day, all revolving around my program. And people in my program, adjacent to my program, are related to students. So it stuck out in my mind. I was like, I got to talk about it. It's just the way life is, you know. I have been working. Well, this August, it's been 15 years. This August will be 16 years that I've been working in this program. For those of you who don't know, I work in for a large nonprofit organization that works in youth, community, and family development. I help run an after-school program and summer camp. Right now, we're in a summer camp. And I've been there for, this August will be 16 years. I have seen tons of families grow. I have participants who I remember when their mothers were pregnant with them. I know participants, like I said, you know, I know some participants since they were in kindergarten and now they're grown adults with children. So it is amazing to live, work, and build relationships in this in this way in my neighborhood. So I want to share that with you guys. Stuck out in my mind. I thought it was interesting. Birth, life, and death all in one day. And all revolving around my school and my work. Sofrito lovers, you guys know me. I rarely finish anything on camera. I'm gonna let you guys go. Just thinking about all this great good news, sad news, amazing news. You know, that's the way life is. So it's a mixed bag. All we do is react and feel and move forward. You know, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm gonna finish my Puerto Rican chili with beans off camera. Como siempre, go out there, go have some culinary adventures, go have fun, go taste for yourself. Please take care of yourself, get vaccinated, protect yourself, wear a mask, take care of yourself and others. Como siempre, mucho, 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 mucho amor.